what's the central part of your training? Is it running? Is it sparring? Or
Central part is dodging the nightclubs and the parties and the girls.
Muhammad Ali was not just a boxer. He was a symbol of discipline in a world chasing fame and pleasures. Muhammad Ali chose a different path, a path of purity, commitment, and awareness. No alcohol, no women. Decisions that may not have seemed appealing to the masses, but they were the secret to his excellence. He combined strength with agility, moving with the lightness of a butterfly and stinging like a bee. He dodged his opponents with lightning speed and struck with astonishing precision and power. His movement wasn't just a sports tactic, it was an artistic performance that dazzled audiences, blending combat intelligence and mesmerizing charisma. What was the mindset that made him the greatest boxer in history? And how did he resist temptations that destroyed other champions, proving that what makes a hero is mentality, not just strength? In this video, we'll learn about the greatest in boxing history. Stay tuned. When it comes to strength and imposing dominance, whether in boxing or real life, many believe the best way to achieve it is through appearances, excessive tattoos, provocative behavior, or foul language. But Muhammad Ali was completely different. He didn't seek to prove himself through appearances. Instead, he possessed an exceptional mindset focused on inner discipline, self-belief, and unyielding willpower. At the age of 12, Muhammad Ali experienced a small incident that became a turning point in his life when his bicycle was stolen. He went to the police station to report it, and at that moment, the officer told him, "If this make angry, you should learn how to fight." He didn't know then that those words would mark the beginning of his boxing career. He decided to learn boxing, not just to protect himself, but primarily to develop his mindset. Boxing became a means to shape his mentality, to train himself in endurance, discipline, and self-belief. This decision set him on the path that would make him one of the greatest athletes in sports history. From an early age, as he entered the world of boxing and began training, his coach, Angelo Dundee, noticed something extraordinary in him: unusual discipline. He was different from all the other trainees around him. He was extremely dedicated to learning, listening carefully to every word from his coach. Angelo Dundee saw a professional mentality in him from childhood, believed in Ali's boxing abilities, and saw great potential in him. He encouraged Ali to work harder and focus on discipline, paying special attention to developing his mindset and self-confidence, because he noticed that his mentality was his strongest point. By the time Ali turned 18, he began participating in local tournaments. This period of his life, between 12 and 18 years old, was full of challenges, but it was also a time of learning and character building. Ali understood that talent alone wasn't enough. Success in sports required an ironclad mentality. When Muhammad Ali began his boxing career, everyone saw him as a talented young boxer, but only a few knew the secret to his success lay in his unique mindset. Even in the Olympics, facing strong opponents, he saw it as mere training for what was to come, because his goal wasn't just to win a gold medal. He wanted to become the greatest boxer in history. After winning the gold medal at the 1960 Rome Olympics, Muhammad Ali wasn't just another young American returning home with a medal. He returned with a completely new mindset, different from any boxer before him. While others saw Olympic victory as the end of a journey, Muhammad Ali saw it as just the beginning. On October 27, 1960, Muhammad Ali took his first professional step in the ring at Freedom Hall in Kentucky. Facing Tony Hunsaker, a 30-year-old police officer with experience in professional fights. Many expected an easy win for Ali, but it wasn't that simple. His opponent was seasoned and experienced, while Ali was still taking his first steps. What distinguished Muhammad Ali in his first fight wasn't just his hand speed or footwork, it was the calmness with which he handled the pressure of his debut. He showed no nerves. He moved as if he had fought 100 times before, dodging, smiling, and even making taunting remarks inside the ring. He mastered the mental game before throwing his first punch. That night, Muhammad Ali won by unanimous decision after 6 rounds. On the surface, it might have seemed like just an opening victory, but what the audience witnessed was the beginning of something far greater. They saw a boxer who moved like a lightweight, hit like a heavyweight, and believed with absolute certainty that he was born to be the best. As he left the ring, he confidently told reporters, "I will become the greatest boxer the world has ever seen. Watch what I do." This wasn't just a passing statement, it was an official declaration of a new era in boxing. The mentality Muhammad Ali entered the professional world with wasn't that of an athlete trying his luck. It was the mindset of a man who already knew his destiny. Even in training, he was different. He trained for long hours, repeating the same moves dozens of times, talking to himself, and repeating,
I am the greatest.
"I am the fastest. No one is like me." At a time when most boxers limited their efforts to physical training, Ali understood well that the fight begins in the mind, from within, from the way one thinks. He always said, "The fight is won outside the ring, in training, in discipline, in what you eat, in how you sleep, in who you choose to be." His first fight wasn't the easiest, but it was revealing. It showed that this young man didn't just have talent. He had maturity, strategic thinking, and confidence that qualified him to become an icon. From that moment, the public and media began speaking of him differently. He wasn't just an up-and-coming boxer, he was a legend in the making, walking confidently toward glory. After his first professional victory against Tony Hunsaker, Muhammad Ali continued a streak of consecutive wins. Every time he faced an opponent, he displayed something new: greater speed, sharper intelligence, and unshakable confidence. He didn't just defeat his opponents, he mocked them, predicted the round they would fall in, and made it seem like a play for which he had written the script in advance. In the first 3 years of his career, he fought 19 matches, winning all of them, 15 by knockout. But he wasn't satisfied with just winning. He immediately demanded a shot at the World Championship title, a boldness unmatched for a boxer his age with such a short career. Many mocked him at the time, calling him just a loudmouth kid who hadn't yet faced enough battles inside the ring. In 1964, Muhammad Ali faced the biggest challenge of his life up to that point, a fight for the world title against Sonny Liston, the boxer everyone feared. Liston wasn't just a champion, he was a knockout legend, fierce, unyielding, and merciless. No one expected the young Ali to withstand him, let alone defeat him.
Sonny Liston was really afraid of only one thing, and that was a crazy man.
But Muhammad Ali didn't see Liston as just an opponent. He saw him as a key to entering history. Before the fight, he made fiery statements, mocked Liston, and said he would make him look like a little kid. The media never stopped ridiculing him, but Ali didn't care. He prepared meticulously, studied his opponent's movements, trained methodically, and fed his mind with absolute certainty that he was born to be a champion. Then came fight night, and in a surprise that stunned the world, Muhammad Ali dominated the match with his rapid movement, giving Liston no chance to counter. The fight wasn't as balanced as everyone expected. In the 7th round, Liston suddenly withdrew from the corner and surrendered. Ali won the world title, becoming, at 22, the youngest heavyweight champion of the world at that time. At that moment, Muhammad Ali declared himself a champion, not just in the ring, but on a symbolic level, on the level of values, on the level of history. He left the ring shouting, "I am the greatest boxer. I shook the world."
I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
And he was right. After becoming world champion, Muhammad Ali found himself at a critical juncture. Many reached the top, but very few managed to stay there. Fame, money, temptations, everything surrounded him. But he was different, not just in his style inside the ring, but in his way of life outside it. While other champions spent their nights at parties, indulging in pleasures, Muhammad Ali went to bed early, woke up at dawn, and started his day with prayer and meditation. He chose the harder path, the path of discipline. He didn't drink alcohol, didn't fool around with women, and didn't chase fleeting desires. He chased his goals. He would say, "How can I train with focus in the morning if I waste my night in distraction?" His moral integrity was a hidden weapon. He didn't boast about it, but it naturally reflected on his body, his fitness, and his mental sharpness. He followed a strict diet and daily exercises that never stopped, even on days he wasn't fighting. He knew that his real opponent wasn't another boxer. It was laziness, complacency, and distraction. Amid all this, his faith wasn't just a personal aspect. It was a deep spiritual drive that helped him withstand pressures. After converting to Islam, he became more aware of life's value, realizing that sports weren't just a means to fame, but an opportunity to be a voice for greater values. Before Muhammad Ali, the image of a boxer in people's minds was a huge, rough man who only hits and stays silent. But he completely broke that stereotype. He introduced a new concept to boxing, one that combined art and intelligence, physical performance and humility, ethics and charisma. He likened boxing to theater, considering every fight a scene that should amaze the audience. Thanks to him, people began to see boxing as a refined sport, one of strategy and wit, not just brute strength. Over time, a boxer without charisma and intellect came to be seen as incomplete. Muhammad Ali set new standards and raised expectations for what it means to be a champion. Through his commitment, faith, and self-control, Muhammad Ali didn't just maintain success. He became a global symbol for anyone striving for excellence without losing themselves along the way. At the moment when all the temptations of fame were within his reach, Muhammad Ali chose the path of commitment. He didn't chase alcohol, distractions, or company that would break his focus. He believed his real strength lay in mental clarity and integrity. He saw that greatness wasn't just about achievements inside the ring, it was about how you live outside it. He never stayed up late, never let chaos enter his day, and started every morning with meditation and prayer and silence where a man knows himself before facing the world. And when he tied his success to faith, he became stronger than ever. His conversion to Islam wasn't a fleeting decision, it was a radical shift in his outlook on life. He realized that what he did in boxing wasn't just for victory, it was to represent greater values, to inspire, to change. Even his courageous political stances, like refusing to fight in the Vietnam War despite the heavy price he paid, reflected his moral strength and bravery in staying true to his beliefs, no matter the cost. Muhammad Ali changed the face of boxing and redefined what a hero means in people's eyes. The hero was no longer just a violent man. He became a man who thinks, speaks, and inspires. Boxing was no longer just a sport where bodies fall. It became an art guided by wisdom and adorned with ethics. He turned every fight into a story, every victory into a message, and every loss into an opportunity for reflection and resurgence. And today, even after his body has left this world, his name is still mentioned as if he were still in the ring, his voice echoing in minds everywhere. I am the greatest boxer, not just because I said it, but because I lived to prove it.